As always, so many of you calling in tonight here on Open Line. If you are just tuning in these final about 15 minutes, you are watching one of our favorite guests here, of course, Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. We're taking your legal questions. A lot of great advice here. A lot of you calling in. We appreciate that. We'll get to as many calls as we can in the remaining minutes on the show. Carolyn, we appreciate your patience. You are on the line with us right now. What is your question?
My question is, what recourse do an owner of a pet have if their neighbor pet comes on their property and attacks their pet?
Well, as a general rule, we have a Tennessee code that says you can't let your animal run at large. So a person could probably call the police, and they could have the owner of that animal charged with a criminal offense and prosecuted. So that is a problem. Everybody says, well, golly, I have a fence, my dog got out. That's just part of the liability that goes with owning animals.
Well, and Kevin, you and I were talking in the break too, and I know we've got a lot of callers to get to, but one thing I did want to emphasize is you were talking just about, body cams.
Yes.
Anytime you're stopped, anytime something happens, you have to consider that. Everything you say is not only there, it's on tape.
You know, I am brainwashed. I'm down here with the police, and they're my friends, and I talk to them, and I say, well, do you turn it on when you want to turn it on? Every time we make contact with a citizen, we turn it on. So if they say, well, I'm not sure if they got that or not, well, you better be sure, because whatever you say can be and will be used against you. When in doubt, you know that they're going to be taping. You don't have a tape on those guys, but they've got a tape on you. Many times it's the video and the audio, and when they've got that evidence right there, it's really hard to dispute it because it was your own words. Use it against you. We have a saying at the law firm, the camera's always on, the microphone's always on. Be extra sensitive. We're in the zone now. Social media, you can say one, and I said Chuck was going to get me in trouble, but Chuck and I, but the truth is we have to be just sensitive all the time, and sophisticated thinking in this world is important.
Well, and that brings up a question that I have. So if they're taping you, are you allowed in a stop to say, I would like to take out my video and tape what's going on?
Yes, a person can take that and record it. Many times they're going to record anyway. They'll hit their phone and then the officers. But now if you really want to aggravate the officer, there's still a percentage of time that they don't arrest you. They're going to say, okay, you were speeding, slow it down, and they let you go. If you offend, you have to use your best judgment. Yeah. What would a reasonable man do under those circumstances? And so, just be extra sensitive to all those things. Evaluate it. You know the risks that are involved if you should take those risks, but just be very careful on what you say and do.
All right, good to know. All right, right back to the lines. Alan, you're on the line with us. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? Are you with us, Alan?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got a question.
All right. Go ahead.
My residence is in Knoxville, and I pulled up in front of a guy's house, and a friend of mine who works for me left the truck running, and as soon as I went into his house, we heard a loud kaboom outside, and so we looked out the window, and 4 cars were chasing this guy who ended up plowing into the front of my van. He was running from the cops. Well, as we're looking out the window, he's jumping out of the way. He crawled out of the window and started running.
Yep.
So, yeah, my van was totaled. I'm glad I left it running because my dog was inside. Let me take my microphone off. Okay. My dog was in there. I opened the door, and he was just sitting in the seat, and he happened to hit the airbag. Everything from the front was in the back, and everything from the back was in front. Long story short, a attorney DA assistant who helps victims called me and said, we've got him, we're going to court, and I need you to be there. And so it went on. I said, what is this about? Well, we're trying to, if he's subject and he goes through the court and they get him guilty or whatever, there's going to be restitution. And this has been a year, April. I went to the court things and all that, and she quit calling. She gave me to the attorney, assistant attorney gave me to another lady. They said, okay, he's pleaded guilty and he's going to start paying. But now I think he jumped again, and now he's running again. It had a weapons charge and all this stuff. Am I at a total loss here? I didn't have uninsured motorist or anything.
Well, we're glad no one was hurt in that situation, but it's a good point. We should always have our property insured all the time, because what happened to you can happen at any time. They'll catch up with this gentleman sometime, and then as a part of his being released, they would say that he's going to have to pay this restitution within the time. Of course, many times criminals never pay the restitution, and that's the end of the story, and so your loss is your loss. So thank you for sharing that with you, because it makes a great point for the viewing audience to listen to. And we'll take away, have insurance on your vehicles, and that time then an uninsured motorist would have covered that.
All right, absolutely. Alan, thanks for the call. Just about a minute and a half left. Stay on line with us. Linda, do you have a question for Kevin? Are you with us, Linda?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I filed for Social Security disability insurance last year.
All right.
And I had an attorney, and the attorney actually filed the papers for me in the office.
Okay.
But I was not given a copy of the paperwork that I actually signed, and I've been trying to get a copy of that so I know what was in it, as well as to get like an update on what's going on with my claim. It's very hard to get a hold of anybody in the office, and I just got turned down for the disability, and we had to file a claim, I guess, to get in to see a judge.
Yes.
And my attorney said that we needed a residual function capacity report from my therapist. I'm being treated for generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, panic attacks, and PTSD. And she's told me this twice, yet I can't get her to mail me any of the information that she wants me to get from my therapist's office.
Right. And Linda, sorry to rush you, but
wondering-
just about 30 seconds left.
Okay, and I'm wondering if it's too late to get another attorney, because it seems like this one's not really doing anything for me.
No, you can have a good understanding with your lawyer and say, hey, I think we need to change gears, and you can go seek other counsel. Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry to hear about your situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry to rush you, Linda. We're just running out of time, but we do appreciate you calling in. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, we will wrap things up for the evening.